So there are different kinds of anatomy, that is plant anatomy, animal anatomy, and human anatomy. Fine. So today we are going to study about the human anatomy. Fine. So what are the topics we are going to study today? That is, what is anatomy, anatomical positions, anatomical planes, and anatomical terms or terminology. Fine. So we are going to see one by one. It's like a general anatomy. We are going to see one by one. First, we'll see what is anatomy. Fine. So anatomy science which deals with the study of structure of the human body. What is science? So science is nothing but a branch of biology. So what we are going to study in this branch of biology? So anatomy is science which deals with the study of structure of the human body. Structure of the human body. Fine. So for example, fine, in yogic relaxation techniques, we say relax yourself from top of the head to the tip of the toe. Fine. The same way in anatomy, you are going to study from the top of the head to the tip of the toe. Like you're going to study the bones, the muscles, the nerves, arteries, veins, ligaments, organs, etc. Fine. So what is the word meaning of anatomy? So you have to know that anatomy means dissection or cutting up. Ano means steady, tomy means cutting, a dissection. Fine, this is a word meaning of anatomy. And who coined the term anatomy? Is nothing but the Aristotle. The picture you can see that down. His name is called as Aristotle. So he is the first person to coin the term anatomy. So also you have to know about physiology is nothing but study of function of the body. Biochemistry is nothing but study of the chemical changes of the, so that you can remember the definition of anatomy easily. Fine. So why you want to stress this much about the definition of anatomy? If you ask, I will tell you. For example, so during anatomy viva, some students will be having exam fear or stress. Fine. So during viva, they prone to forget everything. Most of the students, if I ask different type of anatomy, even your neuroanatomy or anything, they will forget. But finally the external examiner will ask you, I will tell you, they will ask, at least you tell me what is anatomy. Fine. You have to be more clear. It's a science which deals with the study of structure of the human body. Fine. And also one incident happened. Fine. Even the student don't know what is anatomy, but finally the examiner asked the students, at least you tell me the spelling of anatomy, I will pass you. Is it okay? That was the question. But the student answer was, sir, anatomy spelling is Anotomy. See, after studying 1.5 years, fine. So if you don't know the basics, it is really not correct from student's point of view. Fine. So basics, you have to be completely thorough with the definition and terms. Okay, fine. We will see the next, that is anatomical positions. Fine. So this is nothing but international standard position in which the structure of the human body described. Maybe from any places, the same positions, it will be carried over. Like there are different kinds of anatomy position, that is standing position, supine position, prone position, and lithotomy position. Again, in yoga, we say standing series of asana, sitting series of asana, supine series of asana, prone series of asana. But instead of sitting, you remember lithotomy position. So we will see one by one. What about the anatomical position? First, we'll see standing position. So when a person is standing straight, eyes and face looking forward, both the arms by the side of the body, with the palms facing forward and feet together with the toes pointing forward. So they are combinedly known as standing position. This is the position what we read the anatomy in standing series. Next, we'll see the supine position. So here a person, you can see a person is lying on his or her back, arms by the side of the body, palms facing forward. Actually, to say the feet should be together. That is nothing but the supine position. Next, the prone position. Here, when a person is lying on his or her face, chest, and abdomen, that is prone position. The last one, that is lithotomy position. You can see the picture. Fine. So this position is useful in the examination of pelvic viscera of female and is commonly used during delivery of the baby. Fine. So here when a person is lying on his or her back with the legs up, knee flexed and feet supported. Fine. So this is about what is anatomy and anatomical position. Fine. So next we will see anatomical planes. Okay. In this picture you can see there are different planes. Fine. The center line you can see that is called as mid sagittal plane. Fine. Next to the center, the side you can see that is called as sagittal plane. Fine. That above one you can see that is coronal plane, and also near to the hand you can see that is horizontal or transverse plane, and also you can see the oblique plane. There are mainly 5 planes you have. We'll see one by one: median plane, sagittal plane, coronal plane, horizontal plane, and oblique plane. Fine. Median plane is also called as mid sagittal plane. Medial plane is also called as mid sagittal plane. So we will see what are these planes one by one. Okay. The first is mid sagittal plane or median plane. Fine. You can see the first diagram. Yes, the center line. Yes, that is mid sagittal plane. Is it okay? And also you can see the skull diagram. In that there is a sutures in the center of the skull. Fine. That is called as sagittal sutures. It's called as sagittal sutures. This sagittal sutures divides the skull into, yes, 2 parts. Is it okay? Fine. We will see what is median plane or mid sagittal plane. It's an imaginary vertical plane that passes through the central axis of the body and divides the body into right and left half. This plane divides the body into 2 equal halves. Remember, this plane divides the body into 2 equal halves. Fine. So it's correspond to the sagittal suture of the skull. So only it has a name mid sagittal plane. Don't worry, just simple, just relax. Nothing but a plane which divides the body into 2 equal halves, right and left. Center you draw a line, just right side and left side, like Ardhanarishwara, Shiva and Parvati, no? Right? Yes, that is median plane. Fine. We'll go to the next, that is called as sagittal plane, you know. Fine. So here you see the sagittal plane. There's a plane which comes nearer to the median plane, or you can say it is like a parallel to the median plane. Either it can come in the right side or it can come in the left side. Fine. So median plane, what we studied, it divides the body into 2 equal halves. Is it right? Yes. So sagittal plane, I'm going to tell you that it divides the body into 2 unequal halves. Sir, how, sir? Yes, you see it is in the side. If it is in the right side or at the left side. Fine. Okay, we will see. So any vertical plane parallel to the median plane is called as sagittal plane. I told you. It may be present on right or left of the median plane. It divides the body into 2 unequal halves. Fine. So until now we studied about the median plane and sagittal plane. Fine. Next we will see that is coronal plane. Fine. Coronal plane, what you can see in this picture, in the skull diagram, you can see it divides the skull into front and back, right? It is a vertical plane. It divides the body into front and back, or anterior and posterior. Fine. It corresponds to the coronal sutures of the skull. Hence the name coronal plane. Yes, hence the name, it's called as coronal plane. Fine. So next plane we'll see, that is nothing but transverse plane or horizontal plane. Fine. Transverse or horizontal plane. So this is nothing but it divides the body into upper and lower. It divides the body into upper and lower part. Fine. That is nothing but transverse or horizontal plane. Okay. The last plane, that is nothing but oblique plane. Fine. Oblique plane. You can see it's like oblique. It's like a slope, or the plane other than the above mentioned plane. That is oblique plane. Simple. Fine. Any plane passing to the body or any of its part other than the above mentioned plane. Fine. That is termed as oblique plane. Is it fine? So until now what we studied, what is anatomy? Anatomy is a science which deals with the study of the structure of the human body. Anatomical position: standing, supine, prone, and lithotomy position. Anatomical planes: median plane, sagittal plane, coronal plane, horizontal plane, and oblique plane. Is it right? Hope you are clear. So why we have to read? Because in your exams, the organs or the structures of the human body, they are going to keep in a different planes, and they are going to ask a different questions for you. And you have to say this is this organ and cut in this frontal plane or sagittal plane or coronal plane. Is it fine? Okay. And next we'll see anatomical terms. Yes, terminology, anatomical terminology. So in this picture, what you can see, the human structure with the arrow mark front and back. Fine. So it indicates that anterior and posterior. Anterior means front surface of the body. Posterior means back surface of the body. For example, your lips are anterior to the teeth. Is it okay? Fine. Yes. Hope you can able to imagine your lips are front of the teeth. That is anterior means front. What is posterior? You know that is called as back. Fine. Your teeth or your tongue is posterior to the teeth. Fine. Your tongue is posterior to the teeth. Fine. Hope you know what is anterior, what is posterior. We'll go to the next. So in this, what you can see, there's a line and the arrow mark will towards the line. That's nothing but median plane. So towards the median plane, away from the median plane. So what it is, hope you know, that is medial and lateral. Fine. Medial means nearer to the median plane of the body. Lateral means away from the median plane of the body. Fine. So for example, the heart is medial to the lungs. The heart is the medial to lungs. So the heart situated in the center. Fine, done line. Okay, sir, it is difficult, sir. How can I remember, sir? Fine. Just you touch your nose, please, everybody. At least just try to touch your nose. You see, your nose is medial to your eyeballs. Is it right? Yes, that is medial. Sir, lateral, what is the example, sir? Fine, you touch your both the ears. Just touch your both the ears. You see, your ears lateral to the eyeballs. So that is called as medial and this is called as laterals towards the median plane and away from the median plane. Is it fine? Okay. Next terminology will go. So what is indicated, this diagram, what it indicated? So the arrow mark is showing up. So next arrow mark is showing down. So up is nothing but superior, down is nothing but inferior, towards the head, superior, towards the feet, inferior. For example, the lung is superior to the diaphragm. So the diaphragm is there, fine. Above the diaphragm, we have lung. So superior towards the, even here also you can see, just touch your nose and you see the superior. What is superior to the nose? Eyes. Yes, same way touch your nose. What is inferior to the nose? Fine, that is nothing but superior and inferior. Sir, why I should study all these things? Sir, why? Because you have to know the terminology. This is nothing but anatomical terminology. Nobody will say front or back. Fine, you have to say in anatomical terminology nothing but anterior, posterior, superior. Because when we are going to study about the organs or any other structure, you have to use the anatomical standard terminology. Fine, okay. Next we'll see. This is nothing but deep. Fine, inner structure of the body and superficial, you know, the skin is a superficial structure of the body. Fine, deep, the deep structure, that's lungs or deeper to the skin. Fine, these are the different examples. Okay, so what is next? So you can see the arrow mark, the two arrows is goes towards the trunk, another two arrows goes away from the trunk. It is nothing but proximal and distal. This is the most difficult thing what the students will face. Fine, nearer to the trunk, towards the trunk, you remember, towards the body, that is nothing but proximal. Away from the body, nothing but distal. Fine, you can see the first diagram, distal and proximal. That center point, if you move, that will become distal or this proximal. Fine, for example, the elbow is proximal to the wrist and the knee is distal to the thighs. Fine, so this is towards the trunk and away from the trunk. So what is this, sir? So you can see different diagrams with the red sketch of the first diagram. You can see the red sketch on radial bone. Is it fine? Yes. Next diagram you can see on the ulnar bone. Fine. Next diagram, the center portion, you can see the red sketch on the long bone or the main bone. Yes, that is tibial bone. And next diagram you can see the fibular bone. Why? Because most of the students will get confused which is radius, which is ulnar, where it will come medially or laterally. Fine. So remember, the radial means outer border of the upper limb. Fine. Ulnar means inner border of the upper limb. Tibial means inner border of the lower limb. And fibular means outer border. Sir, how to remember all these things? Yes, don't need to worry. Don't get any confusion. By repeated practice, by repeated practice, you will get all the pronunciation, terminology. Fine. Okay. Anyhow, we will share all the slides. You can go through again and again so that it will be printed in your mind. Fine. So this diagram, what it is there, it's like a palm and sole, right? So in anatomical language, we have to say palmar surface, fine, to the palm of the hand. What about sole? Yes, plantar, fine, plantar to the sole of the foot, fine. Okay. So like this, they will ask in your exam, they will ask at least tell me any 10 terminologies. In Viva, they will ask, okay, tell me any 5 terminologies. Fine, you have to give with the examples. Fine. Okay. Even sometimes they may ask like that. Fine, the hand is dashed to that of your stomach. The shoulder is dash to that of your neck. You should know whether it is medial or lateral. Yes, the shoulder is lateral, right? Yes, the hand is fine, medial or lateral. You have to think. Fine. Okay. So until now we have studied. What is anatomy. Yes, and anatomical position, standing, supine, prone, and lithotomy, and anatomical planes, median plane, sagittal plane, coronal plane, horizontal and oblique plane, and anatomical terms, anterior, posterior, superior, inferior, so and so. Fine. So by seeing all this diagram, it will be more easy for you to read. Fine. Okay. We'll see next the same diagram. So we completed the topic now. Fine. So this is me taking class for my students. The practical sessions class will be going, it's like that. Fine. Before, yes, hope some of the students will be there. I hope. Fine. So before we used to have, but nowadays in Western countries, without, because it's difficult in front of cadaver and formalin smell, and it's really difficult. But nowadays it's so easy in technology wise. Fine. They will read anatomy. Okay, fine. So these are the reference books for the general anatomy. What for the reference book? Fine. So these are the reference books, the above topic, whatever we discussed. But nowadays, for without dissection, you can read. Why? There is a new technique. It's called as anatomical table. What we are going to study in further classes. Fine. So you know that anatomy, it's a long, it's a 1.5 year course. Fine, or 1.5 year course. But I'm sure that I can complete the anatomy within a few months. Fine, but start with a few important topics, then slowly we will go through. So I'm going to deal the next class with the axilla, boundaries, and contents. Why, sir? Why you are going to study? Why you are going to deal with this, sir? Why? Because in your exams, in your university exams, they are going to ask, describe the axilla under the following headings: boundaries, walls, or contents, and applied anatomy. Fine. So you have to explain. Fine. So I will do it detailedly about axillary region, and also axillary nerve, axillary vein, and axillary lymph nodes with the different diagrams, even axillary artery and branch. Because why I'm saying axilla first, because in axilla you will get one or the other questions. Fine. Even for your government exam, they will ask the questions anatomy. Around 10 questions will be there for any NEET exams or government exams, whatever may be. Fine. So that you need to know anatomy. So other topics, what all I'm going to discuss, nothing but osteology of clavicles, then brachial plexus. Yes, brachial plexus, really it's a very, very important question. Most of the students, they are very difficult to understand, but I'm sure that I can make you to understand with the different pictures. Even so, how they are going to ask in exams, describe the brachial plexus under the following heading: formation, branches, and applied anatomy. Fine. I'm going to deal with all these things in future classes. And pectoral muscles and serratus anterior, clavipectoral fascia, intermuscular space, rotator cuff, deltoid muscle, your arm muscles. Yes, anastomosis around the scapula, cubital fossa, like this different topics with the different diagrams, with the different explanation I'm going to give. Fine. So these are the reference book for human anatomy. Fine. Upper limb book. You what are the topics we are going to see. The first 10 days class, these are the topics we are going to see. The next 10 days class, we are going to see all these topics, maybe the shoulder joint, elbow joint, wrist joint, brachial artery. Fine. What are the portions? You can see me, you can see the slides, the first 10 days and the next 10 days. Okay, for example, sir, you didn't mention about triceps muscle. Fine, but you think that if I get time on rotator cuff and deltoid muscle, I kept for around, I think so, on 8th class. So 8th class, I have mentioned rotator cuff and deltoid muscle. Fine. If at all I finished within 40 minutes, fine. Another 15 minutes, I will go with the triceps muscle or biceps muscle for other muscles. Is it fine? So I will try my level best to complete the portions of upper limb. Fine. Yes. As much as possible from my side. At the same time, I want everybody to get the information from it. It's not like just rushing up and finishing the syllabus. No, I don't want to do that. If I take instead of 10 topics, if I take 8 topic also, that should, you have to have the knowledge of the 8 topic thoroughly. Fine. I will try to complete within 10 class. I'll try to complete most of the topic. Then again another 10 class I will take to complete the complete upper limb. I will try my level best to complete portions of upper limb within 20 classes. Is it okay? Fine. But you don't worry, sir. I have a 4 volume book. So how it is possible? It is really difficult for me, sir, to know. You no need to worry. Fine. But slow and steady win the race. You see the slide. Fine. That's nothing but drop of water make an ocean. So today also a drop of water, but still I am sure that we will achieve, we will complete the syllabus of anatomy. Fine. Okay. So thank you. Hope you will come with me for completing the anatomy portions. If you have any doubt, anything, you can ask me. So thank you, everybody.